Patrick Chung has decided he's going to stop playing because it was just for his mental health, his family, and his kids. It's just he's not over it, but he had to realize what's more important. And that's another thing. Sometimes, even for myself, I work so hard to make sure like I finish a deadline over the time. Like if they say, "Oh, we need this due by Wednesday," I like to be the one to have it done by Sunday night. Because you just want to be the best. But I applaud him where he was just like, I've done this for long enough. My family comes first.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you think?
I think that's big. It's tough retiring as an athlete. I'm a retired athlete, and we'll talk about it later. Mental health is a big thing in sports, and just when you make those type of decisions, those life-changing decisions,
especially so really young. He's only 33.
Only 33, could have played more years. But sometimes you see the end result. You see what some of these guys are going through with CTE. You see what's going on with the world, and you got to realize, what are you standing for, and what do you want your kids and your legacy to be?
He said money's not important. It was not about how much money he make or how much more he could make. He just really wanted to be there with his family. And I think COVID made a lot of people decide like family is where it's at. Like this is what had to happen.
Yeah, I mean, it always takes a struggle or a challenge to bring to sit you down. Like that's what I like to say. I like to say things happen to sit you down so you can actually think about what's really important. And we're going to see a lot more athletes do it. Maya Moore is not coming back to play basketball in the WNBA because she's focused on another goal. She's focused on social justice, and she's been a champion.
And I was gonna say, isn't Kyrie isn't that one of his things? Like he's kind of over it as well.
He's over it. I mean, he still loves to play, so that's why he's still into it. But you could tell his heart is in different things. He's not just a basketball player anymore. Right. Kyrie is a persona. He's a figure. He's a social justice advocate, a champion for social justice.
And I think LeBron's doing the same.
LeBron too.
He's like took some ownership of Red Sox, and people are like, bro, what are you doing, Red Sox? But
because Boston is a very, very weird area. So a lot of people are upset about him being the owner for different reasons, and you guys can read between the lines on that one.
Yes,
and I can't. I can't wait to see.
I think the same way people were mad at Jay-Z, right? The same way people were mad at Jay-Z for signing with the NFL in the partnership. But if you look at the Super Bowl this year, he kind of made sure that it was a lot of colored people who worked there, who performed. Mm-hmm. When did you ever think you would see Jasmine Sullivan and her? Like that wasn't because of someone who just said, "Hey, they're good music,"
You're absolutely right. It's a long game, and sometimes people are short-sighted. They can't understand this is a game. You got to be strategic in your moves and strategic in everything that you do. And, the player from the Patriots, he's strategic. He thought about this. This doesn't happen overnight. It's not the decision that he had overnight. I'm sure he's talked with his family about it, and he's comfortable. And that's when we segue into the mental health aspect of it. You have to be able to be comfortable and live with yourself. And make those decisions at the end of the day.
And I think doing something like that, you actually show how strong you actually are. Mm-hmm. That you could say, I'm walking away from this. I'm good with what my legacy is with football, but I have something bigger for my family.
Yep, and Jim Brown did it way back when. Muhammad Ali said he wouldn't fight when they were going against what he believed in.
Yeah.
Abdul Rauf, he was blackballed from the NBA because of his belief in Islam. We've seen it, and more people are going to do it now because we're realizing after, especially during the pandemic, like you said, money didn't save people who got COVID. Right. Millions of dollars didn't save people. What color you were didn't save necessarily you. Maybe you got better treatment, but it didn't. It's people died from all races, creeds, and colors throughout the world.
Agreed.
What's more important? What's important to you? If this happened again in 3 years and you lost 5 family members, how would you feel? What's your relationship with each of the people you love? And I think that's what people are starting to realize.